lots of local
What happened was true. The most bizarre and brutal series of crimes
On February 11, 2023, in Colcath Linear Park in Colcath, Warrington, Catherine and Andrew Weiss were walking their dogs in the late afternoon when they discovered a dead body near the path. The victim was brutally attacked with over 28 stab wounds to her head, neck, chest, and back. The couple quickly called emergency services, but it was too late, and 16-year-old Brianna Ghey was declared dead at the scene. The Weiss couple would report that they saw two teens seemingly running away from the scene. But why did this happen? A targeted attack, as Brianna was transgender. Brianna Ghey was a 16-year-old student in her 11th year at Birchwood Community High School and was described as a bright and larger-than-life person. According to her friends, Brianna would help younger trans teens to access safe legal hormone replacement therapy. Her mother, Esther, described Brianna coming out as no issue, and her transition at age 14 was quite gradual. Brianna started letting her hair grow long, wore makeup, and eventually told her family that she wanted to change her pronouns. Her mother stressing it was not any sort of hurdle for her daughter. This sort of freedom and happiness, however, is often denied, or in many cases merely short-lived. In just the UK alone, attacks on transgender people reported to police have risen 81% in the past few years. The likelihood of being attacked was even higher if the individual was a person of color. This cruel trend of hate crime stretches worldwide, including the US, where many older generational bigots are still raising children to hate and fight critical thinking skills. The senseless hate of another individual for their own happiness and ultimately their private business is a pandemic in our society that contrasts the mass hate of the American traditionalist populace for over 100 years. Brianna's story is merely one that it was told as it should be. However, let it be known that for every story that is told, there are 1,000 never spoken of and silenced, their peace snuffed out and denied. The following timeline details the events leading to the vicious murder of Brianna Ghey. Due to the fact that the assailants were minors, their names are protected, so their names will be according to the legal documents available. November 2022. Two teens, girl X and boy Y, discussed via text messages plans to murder another teen, referred to as boy M. This morbid discussion would continue and eventually escalate for months, with girl X sending boy Y what was referred to as, quote, an advert for underground rape, snuff, and murder films. In reality, it was most likely something along the nature of gore and shock sites, like the YNC. Gore is often mistaken as something more intense and insane by police and uneducated authorities on a regular basis. With these teens, the morbid fascination with death was seemingly a way to either desensitize or fetishize the idea of murder. A few days later, girl X messages boy Y, telling him she is obsessed over someone called Brianna, but did not have feelings for them. On January 1st, 2023, boy Y sends girl X a picture of a hunting knife and tells her, "Spent my money, I bought the knife." They then discuss further ideas and plans to kill multiple people, and by January 23rd, girl X texted boy Y telling him that she gave Brianna so many ibuprofen gel tablets, it should have been enough to kill her. The exact circumstances of this interaction were unclear to myself, but I've come across many sources that state that her milkshake was laced with a ton of ibuprofen. How true that is, I'm not sure. On January 26th, the two teens compile a list of at least 4 people and growing and would include Brianna Ghey. The two teens would discuss this until February 3rd, when boy Y received a picture of a handwritten note. On it read, Saturday, 11th February, 2023, victim Brianna Ghey. The note allegedly contained details on how the murder would take place, emphasizing the suffering of Brianna. Just 8 days later, the horrible act of hatred and cruelty would be enacted within just 3 hours. Beginning at 1:41 p.m., Brianna texted her mother concerned about her safety. She explained that she was on the bus alone and it frightened her. About 10 minutes later, Brianna would get off at a bus stop in Kolketh and meets girl X and boy Y, under the pretense that they were going to get high on cocaine. Brianna would text a friend describing girl X as weird, and then about 30 minutes later, she was viciously attacked. She was stabbed over 28 times in her head, neck, and chest and back, including that she may have been rolling and clearly struggling during the attack. The attack was done with malice, not psychosis or some form of morbid downfall from dark media. Hate like this is a commonplace, yet never given the light it deserves. The following day, the teens who killed Brianna were arrested. The physical note with plans to murder Brianna. Alongside that note, another plan to kill was also found, which said, give them alcohol with sleeping pills, slit throat, dismember body, place pieces in bin bags. Just before the arrest of girl X, she posted a Snapchat tribute to Brianna, calling the murder sickening. In the tribute, she said, Brianna was one of the best people I've ever met, and such an amazing friend. It's so fucking sickening what got done to her. Eventually, a jury would hear evidence and horrific statements from the teenage murderers. In a text message read to the court, girl X told boy Y, if we can't get boy E tomorrow, we can kill Brianna. Boy Y replied saying, yeah, it'll be easier and I want to see if it will scream like a man or a girl. This reveals that while Brianna was not the first target, she most certainly was one of high priority and personal resentment. According to the FBI's national crime statistics released in October of 2023, there was a 32.9% jump in reported hate crimes based on gender identity from the previous year. Again, that jump is reflected in the report with a disproportionate impact on people of color. The statistic for the rate of transgender suicide is 41%, and this percentage unfortunately has become a dog whistle for transphobic degenerates. What is the most difficult thing to understand about this is how an individual can care so much about another individual's business that doesn't affect them in the least bit, and go as far as to kill that person. What does it say about those people and their inability to reflect or think about their hatred or their actions? If you'd like to give to the family of Brianna Ghey or contribute to the Mindfulness in Schools project, whose goal is to raise money to send teachers on Mindfulness in Schools project training courses which will provide more support for children of all ages, you can find the links in the description as well as others. I love you all dearly and just know my community will always be a safe space for trans people and all of the LGBTQ. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support me directly, those links are available in the description as well, but please hit subscribe and the bell icon, that way you get notified whenever I post a new video.